What can I enlighten you folks with tonight?
Okay, so you mind telling us what your name is and why you're here today?
I'm Scott Whitty, and I am sworn to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And what we have going on in this country today is a bunch of scared white racists who are desperately trying to cling to the levers of power in this country, because within the decade, all these scared white racists are going to be the minority. And so it's incumbent upon each and every one of us when a standard is laid at our feet, to pick it up and to move it forward. And the Zionists are in the wire. They've taken over every aspect of this country, and Israel is the threat to the world. And if you're going to live in a psychosis of fear that somehow Israel is your answer, well, you've got a problem, because it's we the people. We the people are the arbiters of our existence. And
What do you see some of the issues with the facility that they're trying to build here or reopen in California?
well, it's a gulag. It's a Nazi. It's the Gestapo are here. They're in the city right now, and we have to do everything we can to speak up and say no. This is all the people that are supporting the madman in the White House. We're gonna have to come after them in the midterms and remove them from office, and start holding our elected representatives accountable. Representative government is a thing of the past, anyways. We've never had a choice. It's always been the obverse or the reverse of the same coin, especially when the Zionists, the AIPAC, controls both sides. And when you see the power that they flex when they say, well, you didn't go with our program, so we're gonna primary you, and they just dump massive amounts of money. Money is not free speech, because all that Citizens United did was take our voice away from us and give it to billionaires, because we don't have the money in order to buy ourselves a TV station or a newspaper. And you can just see it like here in America today. The award-winning documentary, can't think of the name right now.
Just this year?
The Evident?
I just told you.
With the one.
The Palestinian in no other land. You cannot see that movie here in this country. And that is what everybody should be endeavoring to do right now, is go and see No Other Land. And then that will open your eyes. And if you're not on TikTok, I suggest you get there. My son called me up about almost 2 years ago now, and he said, Dad, he goes, are you on TikTok? And I said, son, what would your dad be doing on TikTok? He says, Dad, he goes, your brothers and sisters are on TikTok, and they talk just like you, and they need your help. And I said, well, let me take a little trip out over to TikTok. And once you see the Veritas for yourself, there's no looking away. And so it's very important. It's very important, and especially that the word gets out to the Palestinians and the people in the Congo, that we the people are hearing you now. We find that the veil has been stripped from our eyes, and we the people are coming.
What kind of message are we sending to the rest of the world with what the Trump administration is doing?
Well, like I said, that's just the manifestations of scared white racists desperately trying to cling to the levers of power. It's over. They had a run for 250 years. The Native Americans, the indigenous population of this land, the people that were brought over here as slaves. We're hearing your ancestors your voices are being heard now, and so the young people and the women are leading the charge in this one, and it's very heartening to see what's going on in this country, and like I said, it's a psychosis of fear, and that's what the Israelis have done to their children for decade after decade. They've raised them in a psychosis, and it's unhealthy, and look what it's done. You know, we've had 100 years of mass murder and unalivement, you know, carried out by the Israelis with the support of the United States. So, like I said, this is the last gasp of all those white racists that wanted to have slaves. And incidentally, a lot of people don't know this. They seem to think that this country had a revolution. The British had a revolution over the price of tea, and they threw a bunch of tea in a river. But that's not what happened. What happened is one of those slavers made a mistake and took a king in his own right to Great Britain, and upon getting in Great Britain, he petitioned the court, and under English common law, there is no law that gives one man dominion over another. So he set him free. That was the shot that was heard across the pond, because there was 5 million Africans that were catched in the United States proper, and they didn't want to let go of that commodity. So, because all they had to do was go to any English court in the Americas, and they would have been set free. But they didn't know that, and they didn't want that information out there. So we've been fed a line of crap for as long as I've been alive, but now with this handheld computer, we the people could truly see what's going on. And what really solidified it for me was when I was at the Air Force Base, I heard a little voice, and she called out her chief, and he said, "You're full of shit, chief." And I thought, what the hell? And I got up and I looked, and this little girl, two-striper, had her phone out, and she was showing whatever to the chief, and the chief couldn't do anything. He looked up, he seen me, I'm looking at him, he just turned away and walked out, and all them young men in there all jumped up and they started high-fiving that little girl, right? Like, yeah, you know, because you can't lie to us anymore, and it's over. The Veritas has won, and going forward, like I said, I'm proud to serve in the company of heroes like you folks, because you guys are the tip of the spear, and you're making it happen. And
we are always making it happen.
Yes, we the people.
Do you have a quick message for the youth?
Veritas, truth, the truth. Thank you.